Shooting USA is brought to you by SnapSafe. Use promo code SUSA15.
Bringing you gold medal winners from WorldShoot. This time, my distinct pleasure to welcome the Green Ranger, Justine Williams. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah.
Tell me all about South Africa.
It was amazing. Honestly, it was one of the better experiences I've had in my lifetime. We were there a total of 3 weeks, so a very long time. The match itself was 2 weeks, and then after the match, we did a safari afterwards in Kruger National Park, and so it was beautiful. It was just a beautiful time.
Awesome. The success for the production optics ladies team is already well documented. Gold medals.
Yeah.
You, high lady, far and away, nearly 100 points ahead of the next closest shooter, lady shooter, and 61st overall production optics. Do I have that right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, by far the biggest division at this WorldShoot. So many people from around the world. Challenges getting there?
Not that many challenges. I would say like we were waiting on the permits for longer than we would have hoped for. We're supposed to get our permits usually a month in advance, and we actually got them like 3 days before we left. So it was a little nerve-wracking waiting for the permits, obviously. But that's just working with the government. I feel like it's just kind of the same everywhere. But besides, once we got our permits, showing up was pretty easy. We had a driver drive us from Johannesburg to where we were staying in Pompestrum. So that was pretty easy. And really just the craziest part was driving on the other side of the road. But besides that, it was completely fine.
So did you actually drive, or did you primarily ride?
No, I do not trust myself to drive. Heck no. My boyfriend and his mom drove. I'm
cool.
not a good driver on the correct side of the road, let alone on the other side of the road. So we decided for me not to drive.
Well, typically your guy's running around with a camera. Is there video content somewhere that I've missed?
No, he actually was working for Leighton on that, like doing the live streaming stuff. So
Gotcha.
and the video was just so poorly. Like they wouldn't allow anyone past the line. So the video is just, all of it is pretty poor, actually, unfortunately.
It's always a challenge, unfortunately.
Yeah.
One thing that others have talked about, the challenge getting ammo down there. How was it for you getting your ammo?
So we were supposed to have a pallet shipped, but unfortunately that didn't end up working out. So we had to kind of get creative in how we would bring our ammo. So I bought 300 rounds of the match ammo just in case. And then I ended up bringing, I think, around 1,000 rounds, something like that. Just kind of spreading it out as many suitcases as I can, and all of it ended up making it, so thank goodness. So I had enough to practice with, and that was good.
Smart. Awesome. So next week, we're literally a week away from Race Gun, right there in your old backyard. I know it's not your backyard anymore now that you're down in Arizona, but headed home, going to be shooting at the range now that it's all been redesigned. Are you looking forward to that? What are we going to see you doing there?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm shooting PCC. I just picked up the PCC last week, Wednesday, and then I went to Area 4, shot all day, 16 stages on Friday. In Area 4 PCC, and it went really well. I was actually really surprised. Obviously, the PCC training from all of the WorldShoot stuff continued over. But I'll be shooting Nationals actually in the pre-match because Linda Turnbull is getting married on Saturday. I'm a bridesmaid, so we had to shoot early. She's also shooting. Her and her fiance, AJ, are shooting the early match as well. And then flying back Thursday night, doing the wedding rehearsal Friday, and then getting married Saturday.
My goodness gracious. All right. Well, congratulations to all of them. Unfortunately, you guys will be shooting while we're traveling.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, can't get in the way of progress. And, congratulations again to Linda. And, of course, she's going to choose you to be one of her bridesmaids. That's awesome, man. What an honor. That's really, really cool.
We're so excited.
That's going to be super fun. Just circling back, the WorldShoot situation, as far as the match goes, others have talked about it being an unusual IPSC match in that it was higher hit factors, a lot less, maybe tighter, more challenging shots, and a lot more wide open run and gun. Did you find it that way?
Yeah, so I've never attended a pistol WorldShoot prior. We missed France qualifications, and then unfortunately we couldn't make it to Thailand because of the whole COVID thing. So this was actually my first pistol WorldShoot, but I've attended previous higher level IPSC matches, Pan American Games, Nationals, and it definitely was a very unique situation. I kind of described it. Oh my God, my dog! I'm so sorry. Shadow.
Invite the dog on the interview. Get that dog over here.
Oh my goodness, she says hi.
Call the dog.
Anyway. She's just being annoying. Anyways, so previous IPSC matches I've attended, it was definitely more technical, and I think that's why the Americans actually did kind of so well at this match, is I kind of described the match as a very American style. High hit factors, fast shooting, a lot of shooting on the move, which is definitely all of our like fortes. So I think that's one reason why the Americans kind of did so well at it. It was definitely more of my forte, fast shooting. I definitely didn't view it as challenging, but I think that made it a little bit challenging on the opposite end of everyone was trying to go so fast. They were letting their hits kind of escape from them a little bit. I definitely fell into that the first day, and then I was like, okay, you got to slow down a little bit and still remember that there's still points counted for this match. But it definitely wasn't as technical, but it still was challenging in its own way.
Excellent. Highlight from your trip. Best thing you ate.
We went to So, rewind. When we were driving from Johannesburg to Potchefstroom, our driver was telling us that each kind of city is its own tribe, and each tribe is kind of known for its own thing. And it just so happens that like Johannesburg is really well known for their beef, and I love steak. So we went to a restaurant that I had a fillet that was the best fillet I've ever had in my entire life. It was a Wagyu filet mignon,
Ooh, wow.
and it was like $20. I'm not even kidding you. It was cheap, and it was the best steak I ever had in my entire life. It was so rich and just tender, and it was amazing. And I'm very picky with steak. It was amazing.
Yeah, Wagyu filet for $20. That is
amazing.
insane.
Everything there was so cheap, but like it was like $20. It was crazy.
Awesome. The match itself, huge 5-day endeavor, 5 days of shooting. Very different than what we typically do here with the Nationals being 3 half days max. Did that play into it? Did you have to kind of adjust your style to work with that longer format, or how did that work for you?
Yeah, so my team and my squad actually had the very first day off. So there's technically 6 days of shooting, but you only shoot for 5 days. And depending on your schedule, it's depending on what day you have off. We actually had the very first day off, and then we shot for 5 days in a row. Versus the previous world shoots I've done, I usually went like 2 days, 1 day break, 3 days, or 3 days, 1 day break, 2 days. So this was the first time I've ever actually shot 5 days in a row. And I definitely call it more like a marathon, not a sprint, because it's literally the first day, like you're just trying to hold in there. The second day, you're just trying to hold in there. The third day, like you're just trying to hold in there. And really, like the scores don't necessarily start to really like matter in my eyes until the 4th and 5th day, because then there's not a lot of ground to make up once you get to that point. But like I kept telling my teammate, like on day 1, 2, and 3, it's like we have so much match left. Like if someone made a mistake, there's so much match left. Like everyone's making mistakes. It's just whoever can come back to it like the quickest is going to be the winners. So it's just definitely more of a marathon than a sprint.
Excellent. Would you say physically you're in top form right now? I know in the past you've had knee issues and different little things like that have kind of been nagging. In this case, do you feel like you were top form?
Yeah, I'm more physically fit than I've ever been in my entire life. Prepping for PCC WorldShoot really got me in tip-top shape. So I've been like prepping really hard for WorldShoot since January, with the rifle for the first until May, and then pistol after that. So I mean, obviously we can always get better. I definitely felt like my shooting can always get a little bit better. But physically wise, like best shape of my life, and no knee problems that really were affecting me there. So we were good.
Awesome. What are you, 20? Are you 20 yet? How old are you?
21.
Wow, 21. I missed your 21st birthday. Well,
Yeah, I
happy
turned
belated.
20. Thank you. I turned 21 the day after PCC WorldShoot.
Okay, so yeah, I missed it by several months. Anyway,
That's okay.
sorry about that. That's everything I've got about WorldShoot. Anything I missed? Anything you want to add?
Really, you kind of hit everything on the spot. I think it's one thing that a lot of people don't know is my original team. 2 of them actually dropped out for leading up to this match. So we actually had 2 fillers. the original team was myself, Kaylee Lane, Tino, and Morgan Leonhardt. And then, unfortunately, Morgan and T had to drop out. So we had myself, Kaylee, Brenna, Gaston, and Nicole Koba. And I'm so incredibly proud of them. They found out they were going to this match in, I think, June. And so they had little to no time to prepare for this match, and they absolutely did incredible. This was Brenna's second IPSC match ever. Wow. She'd only shot one other IPSC match besides that, and it was at Nationals 2 weeks prior, which is crazy. And then Nicole and Brenna are like kind of newer shooters, so they did incredible. And for us a lot of people actually on the internet was saying that we don't have the best team representing us at Worlds, and it's really sad, and hopefully they can still, podium of all things, if just podium. Yeah. So for us to walk away with the win and almost 200 points was absolutely incredible. And so I was so proud of them and the way we worked together. And we had some drama happen at the match. Kaylee Lane actually had a concussion on the very first day. She got hit by a ricochet in the head. Instant, minor, concussion. It was crazy. The ricochets at that match were crazy. And she finished shooting that day, but we could tell she was a little bit slow, and she was safe to shoot, but just not her normal.
Something was off.
Yeah. And then she showed up the next day, and she was like, I'm okay. And then the following day, she actually tore something in her calf. She just had a heck of a match. Let me tell you, a heck of a match. Gracious. So we powered through all of that. We're so proud of Kaylee for getting through that, and let alone her score counted, and we won by almost 200 points. So it was a crazy experience for sure. A lot of things were kind of hitting us from all over the place, but we did it, and it was awesome.
Yeah, well, my congratulations. IPSC Team Gold.
Thank you.